Hey, this is Jeanie Shea, your Hoover Realtor, and today we're going to talk about downsizing. So whether you're downsizing or you have elderly parents and you're helping them downsize, there are a few things we need to talk about today. And step one would be doing your research on the front end and making sure you look at all the options that are available. So when you're doing research and you're thinking about the whole downsizing process, there's some options here. Do you want to stay in your home but reconfigure it so that it works? Or is it going to be best to move to a different place, whether that's a new home, whether that might be a facility? So you need to do your research up front and just know what the options are, know what the cost involved is, and really think through long-term what's going to work best for you and or your family member. So one of the important things that I discovered with my elderly parents in their 80s, when we were getting ready to make a move and trying to decide what to do now, where do they go, what does that look like, the biggest part of it was emotional. And isn't that true of any big change? It's all emotional. So getting them both on board, and mom had no intentions of ever moving. Dad was ill and he wanted to know that mother would be in a safe place when he passed on. And so there's so much that goes into that piece of it. And that's where I found we spent a lot of time and energy was making sure they were both feeling comfortable with future plans. What were those going to look like? And in their case, when we decided that they would be better off moving to an independent living facility, they were moving across town. And so think about it. You're taking them away from their friends and everything they know right around them. So that's a big, big deal. So if you're getting ready to go through this process with your family, just know, reach out and get some help on that piece of it, because it's probably the number one most important thing that goes into that process. So mom and dad finally decided that they were going to move to an independent living facility. And so then the next part became, what do we do with all the stuff? They've lived in this house for 35 years. So, if your parents are like mine, it was a different generation. There's all the china and there's the silver and there's the souvenirs from their travels. And they probably still have stuff from all their kids, but it just goes on. And what do you do with all the stuff? So I think every family might handle that a little differently. But what I found is me and my siblings and our children just didn't want all the stuff. So what do? So some families are more into things and they pass things on and they like to keep up with all the memories. That's great. And if that's your family, then you just call everyone together and work through it however best works for you all as you prepare for this move. Or another option, I've seen a lot of people have estate sales, and there's some great resources out there. If that's something you need, be sure to give me a call. There's some great companies out there who'll come in, get everything organized, do the sell, price everything. So it's a pretty much a turnkey operation. That's certainly an option as well. But you just need to think through that piece of it, because that's kind of the next step. And last but not least, now it's time to move. So talk about with your family members, what does that move look like? Are mom and dad just moving a few pieces to their new place? Do you have those selected? Are those organized so that they're easy to get to? And who's there for the move? Do you hire an outside moving company? Is it small enough that family members can help out and actually do the move? And do mom and dad want to be an integral part of that piece, or are they just going to hand that off to someone else who does it? And these sound like little nitpicky details, but remember, this is an emotional process, so you want to make sure you include everyone in the process. And if you're getting ready to go through this process, be sure and give me a call. I've been there, I know what it's like, and I'm happy to help you. You're going to have a home to sell. It's been lived in a long time. Do you do upgrades? Do you not? Do you sell it as is? All of those are big decisions. But be sure and give me a call. I'm happy to hold your hand through that process.